Hi, I'm Ian Madver, and I'll be performing my poetry selection that I competed with all year. If I didn't know any better, I'd say the sun never moved. Ever. Like somebody just pasted it there and said the hell with it. But that's impossible. You know, after a while, you have to give up those big conspiracy theories. You know, I get the big picture. I mean, how big can the picture really be? You know, I used to think it was funny. That damn coyote's always scheming, always licking his skinny little chops, and me, well, I'm pure speed. You know, I don't need to toot my own horn or anything, but, beep me. I used to sleep so well. My mother could carry me by the neck scruff without waking me up. You know, even the dark tasted good with the quiet noise of family around me, and morning simply meant I could catch grasshoppers drunk on dew. Of course, I didn't know the Roadrunner then, and whatever I wanted seemed nearby and easy. Everything's all about perspective, right? I hear that all the time from my friends, my family, even from the media. And of course, everyone thinks that his or her own perspective is the only way of looking at things. But true understanding, true depth, true perspective can only be achieved by looking through the lens of your opponents. It may be cliche, but sometimes walking a mile through the other person's shoes really does bring wisdom. Even if your feud has lasted for decades upon decades and it has come to define your very existence. Roadrunner, Coyote. A love story. 2 poems by Tim Sables. And I am the object of all his hunger, the everything he needs. Talk about impossible. Talk about the grass is always greener. I am the other side of the fence. You've got to wonder, though, at least a little, if this could all be a setup. You know, with all the running I do, I see the deserts, the canyons, the hillsides, the deserts, the canyons. More hillsides? You know, all this open road has to lead somewhere. Somewhere else, I mean. That's what freedom's all about, right? Ending up where you want to be? You know, I used to think it was funny. Roadrunner, the coyote's after you. Roadrunner, if he catches you, you're through. Now every time I close my eyes, there he is. In slow motion. Technicolor. All a trot. His heart pounding like a little tom-tom, loud enough to be visible inside that bony chest, and come morning it'll be the same. But hotter. A buzz of shins. The road sizzling like a fuse. Meep. Meep. Now I'm mainly tired. Well, not that you'd ever know. I mean, I can still make the horizon in 2 shakes of a snake's tongue, but it never gets any easier out here, you know, alone with Mr. Big Teeth and his Acme supplies. Leg muscle vitamins, tiger traps, instant tornado seeds. Come on, I'm no tiger, and who's making all of this stuff? I used to believe what I did mattered. In some spectacular way, as if an audience sat somewhere, really watching, really wondering how well I could do out here. At first I figured it was only a matter of time. I'd strap on a bib, pick up some silverware, duck behind a cactus just to hamp it up a little. He was mine. You know, I figured a few near misses for suspense, and then chomp! Good life. I can't help being a little uneasy. I do one trick, a rock-scorching laser turn at 600 miles per hour, and he falls off the cliff. He really falls. I see the small explosion, his body slamming into dry dirt so far down the canyon the river looks like a crayon doodle. Of course, I've been after the Roadrunner for so long now I can't tell if it's hunger, love, or just plain stupidity. Maybe that's what's so damn funny. My life whittled down to a riot of wild pursuits and slim chances to grab something. I don't even understand, you know. If I had his speed, I'd get the hell away from here. You know, I'd be so gone, Technicolor couldn't even catch me. It's crazy. I've died lots of times. Lots. Blown up, bowled over by boulders, run over by trucks. That has to hurt, right? But 5 seconds later, he's just up the highway, hoisting a huge anvil of a small yellow dish of bird feed like I don't see what's going on. Come on. Some days when I'm 1,000 feet below the ledge and 1,000 more from impact, I stop. And I look up at that pebble-headed feather duster and I touch my chin. Who keeps bringing me back? How can I keep hitting the ground, getting up with nothing but another scheme? It's got to end somewhere, doesn't it? There's got to be some way to I don't even want to be a coyote anymore. You know, carnivorous, sharpest, toothest. It's not me. It's like my appetite doesn't belong in my belly, like I'm hungry because somebody else wants to eat. It's like I'm stuck in this story. And it doesn't matter how bad I want to get out because me trying to get out is the story. Never mind. You know how sometimes, even though you're very serious about the things you do, it seems like secretly there's a big joke being played and you're part of what somebody else is laughing at, only you can't prove it. So you keep sweating and believing in your career as if that makes a difference, as if somehow playing along isn't really playing along, as long as you're not sure what sort of fool you're being turned into. Especially if you're giving it 100%. Of course I think my life means something, and of course it does, otherwise I'd be running around all the time and there'd be no stop. Okay, it would seem like my life had been planned, but I mean, who hasn't wondered, right? But if this is not my life, then what am I doing? And who should I ask? So, whenever I see the dynamite tucked under the Acme Roadrunner cupcakes, as long as I don't wonder why my safety isn't coming first in this situation, as long as I don't think the coyote and I are actually working for the same people. As long as I eat, and I get away. I'm not really stupid, right? I'm just fast. Honestly, if you can just stand still for a minute, you start to see the whole show. You know, it's all perspective, right? If you can step out of the action long enough to catch your breath, you become your own audience, and of course, here you are. A scrawny little animal, starving in the middle of the desert, squeezing your knife and fork.